Yo, TCS Radar, episode 6. We're just going to get right into it. We've been thinking 2024 went past pretty quick. We just starting the podcast, so we want to make sure we get as many 2024 players in as we can. And for the girls side, it was a lot. It was, I think, over 20 Division I girls who signed this year. At least over 15, but, that's a lot for Minnesota. For Minnesota, I would say that definitely makes them a girls' basketball state, you know what I'm saying? But we talked about that before, about his Minnesota basketball state, yada, yada. But, yeah, so we're going to hit some more 2024 players. First of all, we got 2 Colorado State commits, 2 guys from Minnesota, both going to Colorado State. J.O., who you got?
So big shouts out to my man Kyle Jorgensen from Washburn, alumni, so I got to shout him out. Great season for Washburn, 25-4, only 4 losses, ended up losing to Hopkins in the second round of the section finals or the section semifinals. But Kyle Jorgensen was just such a gem this year, averaged 25.8 points per game, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 2.5 blocks, and could just do everything. A lot of people started calling him Baby Joker. I personally coached against him. Just like C.J. Armstrong, I did a report on last time. We got the win against C.J. We did not get the win against Kyle. We ended up going into overtime. Kyle had 39 points on us, from threes to bringing the ball up. He can shoot, he can pass, he can post up, he can jab step. This kid has a bright future. He's a unanimous conference MVP. He went 12-0 in the conference, first time since 2012. Want to shout out Miles Shepard. Big shout out to Miles Shepard, the coach over there, getting the program back to their winning ways, back to when we used to be there. Shouts out to you, Miles. Won Twin Cities the first time since 2012 also. Got the win in that. Just some games that he had some big performances, all double-doubles, by the way. Egan, he had 29, like I said, against Tartan, had 39 in overtime and beat us by 6, had a double-double. Eastview, 34 with a double-double, and Armstrong, 29 with a double-double. Like we said, he's going to Colorado State next year. Big ups. I love to see the funnel going because we know we have Roddy going to Colorado State, so I love more kids from Minnesota going there.
I think McKinley Wright may have went there too.
Yes, also McKinley Wright. Shouts out to McKinley. But just led his team to some big wins. Beat the 2A section or state champion Breck. Just a lot of close games, and not just blowouts, but really close games where he demanded the ball and he made his teammates better. So Colorado State's getting a gym. He can do it all. I think he might play the 4. I think he even had the potential to play the 3 the way he handled the ball because he played point guard sometimes. But big shouts out to you, Kyle, and I want to see you do great things at Colorado State.
Nice. Yeah, I was going to ask you if he was fast enough to play the 3.
I mean,
he's going to be more of a 4, stretch 4.
He might be a stretch 4, though, because he's a big body, but he's a Mr. Glue guy. He's going to do whatever you need to do to win.
Exactly. All right, OD, who you got?
I got young Jonathan Mekonnen. I hope I'm saying that right. From Eastview, though. He's also going to Colorado State. Boy's a beast, though. He's like 6'8", lefty. The lefty's really, got something special going on. He's quick, aggressive to the basket. A lot of big games this year. You could tell he got a lot of games just because, unfortunately, he didn't have a great season for his senior year as far as team-wise. He had a good individual season. He averaged 20.8. But his team was only 6-23. It was low average, unfortunately.
Eastview, huh?
That's tough.
Who are they playing?
They was in the South Suburban Conference.
Okay.
They played a lot of good teams, though.
Okay.
He had 31 against Wayzata. I'm sorry, not 31 against Wayzata. He had 18 against Wayzata, 31 against Eden Prairie. 32 against Orono. They playing some talent, but I think his team just couldn't help him out, unfortunately.
Right. Oh, no, that was all big teams. Good games against big teams, so that's what matters, really.
That's what I was going to say, too. Of course, we don't see the game. It's easy to go off stats, but hey.
Yeah, and he played for D1 in the summer, so I think that helped him, playing for D1 on the Adidas circuit. From the highlights that I've seen, very aggressive, gets to the basket. The only concern that I really got for him is with him being a lefty. Them lefties don't really go right too much. So in the highlights I've seen, I didn't really see him going right too much. But, if they can't stop you going left, you got to go right. But tenacious rebounder. So I think that translates for him well to the D1 level. And I think it shows and proves that no matter with his team being bad, with him still being able to stand out, that he'll be able to bring a lot to the table there at Colorado State. So let's see if he makes a big impact next year.
What position you see him playing?
He should be at about the 3. He might be a tweener though. Like I see him like a Justice Winslow was for Duke. I can see that for sure.
Yeah, Justin Winslow's like the all-time comp for any dude who like a 3-4, aggressive, big, strong.
And I say that because he a lefty. He could bring it up. He quick. Mm-hmm. He ain't as big as Justin. Justin was like a grown man, so I ain't saying it like that. But I'm just saying what he can do. The combination.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yep. All right, for sure. So, yeah, we got both of them 2 Minnesota boys going to Colorado State. Hopefully they represent. Good luck to y'all. And then the last one I got for this episode for the boys' side, we got Grayson Grove from Alexandria. Senior from Alexandria. He's going to the University of Minnesota next year. One of the 2 Minnesota commits, Isaac Asuma from Cherry being the other one. So we talked a little bit about Isaac, might profile him a little bit more depending on how stuff goes with them at the U. But, yeah, Grayson is a guy kind of under the radar just because he was hurt this year. And, but apparently good enough to impress the scouts at the U. So he's going to be at the U. We're going to be cheering for you. But this year, it looks like he didn't really play many games. Of course, we going off a hub a lot of time, Minnesota Sports Hub, to get the stats. And, that's only as reliable as coaches uploading stuff. So for him, looks like he had a couple good games, had a 26-point game against Minneapolis South, couple high teens games. But, again, he was injured. We're only seeing stats for 7 games right here. But, again, got identified as D1 talent, so that's where we're going. So hopefully he had ankle surgery this year. So hopefully he can recover from that and be big for us at the U next year. But unfortunately, his junior year, I didn't see many stats on that either. But, we're going to profile him because, if you get profiled by the U, then obviously you got something to your game. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll throw some highlights up. And, smooth game from what I've seen, just makes things look easy pretty much. And, maybe that's what they see in them, just kind of like a big guard that can make things easy. So good luck to Grayson. And good luck to the other 2 that we mentioned on the boys' side. So on the girls' side, we got one today, class 2024. Who you got, Wayne?
You got Somah Kamara. I hope I said her name right. But Somah, see? Look at that.
For sure.
Somah like Noma, but Somah. Somah, man. Kamara, man, she's a point guard out of Brooklyn Center. She's from Brooklyn Center, played for Cooper. And I ain't gonna lie, man, like just looking at just her, because they actually got them on a field level. And they got, like, everything that she's done this year. And I'm just going to go through some of these. Like, she had one game where she dropped 20 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 6 steals, 5 assists. Mm-hmm. Game after that, 28 points, 5 steals, 3 assists. Mm-hmm. Game after that, 27 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. 6 steals, another one. Game after that, 30 points, 6 steals, 4 rebounds.
Oh, so
game after that, 18 points. Yeah, this is like, she's very consistent. And then she actually got the scoring record. She dropped 43 points, 10 rebounds, 9 steals, 6 assists, and she had 3 blocks. I don't know how. Yeah, like that's crazy.
Sorry, who was that against?
That is who was that against, actually? Let me see.
And I saw she had like a 43-point game too, right? You said?
That's 43.
Yeah,
43. Let me see what this was against. I did not have it pulled up in front of me.
That's a real asset at South Carolina.
Yep, and that's the thing. Well,
yeah, I was kind of confused about where she was going.
So initially, I saw South Carolina being on there.
Yeah, South Carolina State
still
D1.
Yeah, let's not confuse the people. Yeah, she wasn't going for Don. She wasn't going to Don. All right, we ain't going. Yeah, but she's but I actually can't find out who she did that on. They gotta be better. But it looks like she's going to a school called Ed Waters. It's a D2 in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I saw on her Instagram, right?
Yeah, so right. I mean, according to that, that's where she's going. So I'm not sure what happened with that, but shout out to her. She had a crazy year this year.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm just, like I said, I didn't see too much of her play, but just going off of what I saw, I'm definitely about to watch on the next level. We can get D2 games, D3 games. We can get all the games. We got access to them. So I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on her, even beyond the fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
her basketball career.
Anybody dropping the 40 ball, you got to look out for it,
yeah.
definitely.
The fact you're getting that many steals, you live in an era where people don't play defense and they don't care about defense. You get 9, 6, 5 steals. That means you like the feeling of getting the steal. That ain't no fluke like, oh, I was in the right place at the right time. No, you're a repeat offender. You like stealing it. We like that on defense.
He misses 94 feet.
we need that on defense. So shout out to her in the future. I know the coach is going to be loving the player like that because you can't teach that.
Nah, for
That's
real.
something you can't teach.
Repeat offender.
Nice. So yeah, that's some more from the 2024 class. We're gonna keep coming. We're gonna keep getting more. Like I said, a lot of Division I girls this year, so we want to make sure that we get them the love. A few more Division I guys that we mentioned in earlier episodes, but didn't really profile closely. So we might give you some more of them too as well. But yeah, a lot of talent out of Minnesota coming. But y'all gotta tell me. When it comes to this NBA game, you got a lot of foreigners, mostly still Americans still, but is there ever going to come a point where the Americans are the minority in the NBA? Or at least the equal, 50-50? Like, is it ever going to get to that point?
Realistically, I made a Facebook post and I said that the Americans are going to be the minority in 15 years. I was tripping. I shouldn't have said 15 years. Because they still, the DNA is already in the pool. So we see all these NBA players. It's about to be a mixed league. But all I'm saying is 30 years, the way it's going, it's going to be a minority league. Look at the last 2 NBA drafts. We just watched the draft 2 days ago. Well, the last 2 days. Look how many foreigners got drafted.
In the top 10,
In the top 10 lottery picks just in the first round. Just look at all that. Look, the top dudes is the foreigners. It's never been that way. We used to be like waiting for college. We watched the college stuff. We'd be like, oh, he's about to go. Oh, yeah, when Derrick Rose come out of Memphis, oh, he's about to go to the Bulls. He's about to change the franchise. Even O.J. Mayo, people like them. We looking at, oh, damn, we got, what's the dude's name? I don't know if we know, like a random Russian dude's name. Like Bo Nix. Like, I don't know, like a random foreigner. Like, Bo Nix or some shit. Like, yeah, they're not even trying to go in America no more. They're looking for the next Bo Nix. That's crazy, bro. So I don't know what's going on with it. I personally think that they're coming. When you look at everything that's going on with it, bro, if we say right now who the top players in the league right now, I bet you 4 of them is not going to be from here.
Easily.
It's easy, right? Giannis, Luka, Joel Embiid, and Jokic. Come on, it's no contest.
And Bron.
And that's crazy because honestly, I do put Bron as a 5th. I don't think
Bron got to be up there.
I mean, some could argue Curry right now. Some could.
So we saying we got 4 foreigners and 2 people from Akron, Ohio.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Jay Reed. But no, that's how I feel about it. I think basically it's gonna come. And really, why I said that is because the distractions we got in America, bro. The social media, I ain't gonna lie. Some of this shit that's attached to the culture now, it's making them not focus. Ja Morant's an example. He gave the league to Anthony Edwards. That was supposed to be him. He gave it to him. So me personally, I feel like they take the game more serious. They're coming right now. That's all I'm saying. They're coming. They're not here yet. It might be 30 years, but soon it's going to be close. The playing field already is closer right now.
Yeah, a bunch of French dudes.
Yep.
I mean, I hear you, but nah. When you think about them overseas players that's getting drafted, how many stick? How many stay?
Right.
You're right.
You can if it's a draft of 55, you get 15, maybe 20 drafted. How many actually stay in the league?
It depends, because we have to start looking at the times, like when we're measuring this. Because look at like players like Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. They was projected to be nobodies in the league.
No, for sure. But
that's why I was like, no, because I hear what you're saying. Because like those are just 2 dudes. It's like a bunch of them get drafted, they don't stick. But now it's like we have to start looking at it closely now, because now it's like, all right, because now it's been some years where it's like they've been kind of consistent. Like when was the last time we had 4 foreigners besides these dudes we just named? When Manu Ginobili was never the best in the league. We never said Tony Parker was the best in the league.
He's the best 6th man in the league.
Yeah, he was. I'll give you that. But just looking at it like from that perspective, I'm gonna have to come back to you with that one because I gotta look to see. But
no, it was him because Jamal Crawford, he was 6th man at that time, but he won Ginobili at that time.
Right, yeah. Ginobili's he's different. He's definitely different.
6th man, that's another category. But no, like I said, like even like Spurs dominated and feasted on them overseas players. Yep. There was a time where damn near the whole starting 5 was overseas for Spurs. Boris Diaw, Splinter,
Right.
Tony Parker, Ginobili.
Boris Dio.
Yeah, France.
Yeah, see another one.
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
France low key taking over.
When they, I think.
Looking from the islands, I know that ain't overseas, but you know.
Still,
Right.
I mean,
But
Pop.
you feel me? Like-
Pop is clearly look Victor. Pop is clearly.
He feasted on the overseas
Yeah.
things. He handpicked all of them.
He's like the expert.
Swing the ball.
Yeah.
So no, for sure. But I see. I mean,
next?
but
Yeah.
then you think about it. What about Giannis' brother?
See,
He's considered a
Hey,
point.
you see his G League highlights and G League highlights.
all
He's legit.
right. We know that he is. He's like his emotional support animal. We know that's why he's there.
He listens to NBA YoungBoy before he plays basketball.
Yeah, he definitely does.
He's out there.
You saw he just did a podcast. Y'all gotta watch that podcast he just did yesterday.
He got a podcast.
He just did a whole podcast with Bootleg Kev. You gotta watch it. He answered everything.
Of all people.
That's what I said. He answered everything though. That was like.
He's collecting.
But no, I mean I think with certain situations, like we'll talk about that maybe another episode. That might be a long discussion, but we just see who got drafted. So we see situations where it's like, hey, my man's is here, and I ain't mad at it, but for the most part, the Europeans that's coming over here, they leaving a mark, and they look like they're not even trying. I don't think Jokic and Lucas is giving their full potential. Like that's why I'm like, I don't know about it. But I'm looking at Kevin Durant, James Harden, these dudes who I thought was supposed to just really take over, and they never did. And I'm looking at Luka, and I'm looking at Jokic, and I'm looking at them. I'm like, these niggas already passed them. Jason Tatum passed James Harden and all them to me now. So that's why it's like I look, yeah. So I mean, that's another conversation. But I want to hear you. Yeah, what you have, how you feel about the American? Will Americans be the minority in the NBA?
I personally don't think it'll ever happen. Just because I don't think the owners will ever allow it to happen. To be honest,
Right.
Just like overseas, you know what I'm saying? Like the overseas team won't allow a certain amount of
Americans.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. That's a
So,
good point.
I just think just because of that particular reason, you know, they won't allow it to get where Americans are the minority, you know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, you know, I don't want to say it like that, but I don't think Caucasians will be in the league this long.
Oh my God.
What's
I guess
Cooper?
they are foreign Caucasians.
I mean, but think about it. The majority is already, 75, 80% already
Wow.
African Americans. You know what I'm saying?
That's
when
a
you
good
think about
point.
it. But they ain't going to push them all out, you know what I'm saying?
How about the boy that's going to Duke, Cooper?
Cooper Flag.
Yeah, he nice.
Hey, what if Cooper Flag ends up dating like a black chick or a chick of a different race, and then
like Dirk.
yeah, like, do you think his family? Do you think they'll? I wonder how that would feel. How that would affect.
Hey,
him.
no,
right?
that ain't where I
He's
was
from
trying to bring it. That's
where
crazy.
he's from the Midwest, I think.
Midwest?
He's from. I think he's
He's from Maine.
Maine.
East
Yeah.
Coast.
Oh, he's from Maine.
Oh,
Yeah, he from
Oh, well then he's from the East
Black
Coast.
shorties. I don't know though, because they say that about Minnesota, so I don't know. I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah.
Maine, we gotta do our research on Maine.
That's what he
Maine.
played for on the Nike circuit. He played for the team Maine.
Right.
But he could be.
Well, I was gonna say that don't mean he. Oh, I was gonna say because Harrison Barnes played for Howard Pulley. I was like, what the hell?
That's a
But
2-hour
that's
drive.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
No, but still though.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
One thing I do
Okay.
know is
Oh, yeah,
them
yeah, yeah. That's
foreigners
what I'm
like to
saying.
go back home though.
Huh?
Them foreigners like to go back home. They come over here, get a bag real quick, and go back home. A lot of foreigners,
Yeah,
you
they
know,
do
if you
that.
see come to the NBA, get their experience, and then use that NBA tag. It's like I went to the NBA, pay me my money when I go back home. So maybe they are right. Maybe they ain't gonna take over the league because they're like, I'm coming here to get the bag. Couple years, I'm out. I don't want to eat that burger.
So they don't want to be. Okay, I see. What
Then
you're
they're gonna be
saying.
stars overseas, right?
Plus, I think enough of them will feel like I ain't in winning situations. I think that's why majority of them leave anyway. Because like all of them that was drafted last night ain't gonna be in winning situations.
Yeah,
they
they're
gonna,
not
Man,
Stay.
go be the man in their country.
yeah, they gonna.
But
they
y'all
gonna
gotta
go
also remember too that they start at 14, 15 over there playing pro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
crazy.
big
Yeah.
advantage compared to.
Yeah, look at Kobe. I mean, not everybody's the same, but like even when you say that, I don't mean to cut you off
Oh,
either.
no,
Yeah,
you
go ahead.
good. Yeah.
But like even when you say that, I feel like they prepare better than like the norm. Like as a whole, bro, I saw this video TikTok. It was like a whole group of kids. It was like in I swear
China or
it was in
something. I
China.
know
They
exactly
was in
what you're
class and they was like
Dribbling.
synchronized dribbling,
Yeah,
and I'm
I
like,
seen that.
bro,
At
what
the
the
same
fuck?
time,
At the
like-
same time.
They young,
That's why I'm like, no,
elementary.
yeah. That's why I'm like certain things where I'm like, I feel like they just take the game way more serious. That's the only reason I'm saying that. But I definitely agree with the point about them not being here because I feel like Jokic lost on purpose.
We're in high school,
Yeah.
and then they playing in the Olympics. They playing against. They always show that video of Luka playing against LeBron and them.
Was it Rubio 16 playing against Kobe?
Oh,
and
yeah.
them in
That's the first
in
time we saw him.
Yeah. Tricked
tricking
us.
people.
I just said the same thing. He tricked us. Yeah, he tricked us. Oh God.
No, that's it.
people. He could play with these
Shouts
people,
out
not
to
knowing
Ricky
they just
Rubio.
done interested.
But yeah,
No, on that topic though, I'm gonna go around real quick, just yes or no question, because we're gonna talk about the Olympics a little bit. But since we're on the basketball topic, yes or no from everybody, the U.S. gonna win gold this year.
Oh yes, of course.
Easy.
Silver. No, I'm just kidding. Gold.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now we got that established. We have to talk about, because we're going to talk about the Olympics when it comes around. We definitely going to talk about it more. But we have to talk about Olympic breakdancing.
That shit is a disgrace.
Olympic breakdancing is a new event this year in the Olympics.
Bro, that I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first saw it, because they was trying to pump this really 2018. They tried to do this test run already on it. You can look it up.
2018?
Yeah, it was like they tried to do it, but now it got officially, and they did something last year. Then they got approved this year for it to actually be official. And I don't know, bro. I watched some of it. It's cool. It looks cool, but how do you judge something like that?
It's just a dance contest.
Yeah, but then this is the point. This is where it comes in at. If you got a team right there, this is the Olympics. This is the fair game for racism to be like this is the only time where you can probably cheer for your country and nobody says nothing. This is the only time. So when it's gonna be, that's some black people. That's from the black culture.
First of
breakdancing.
all.
Yeah. So it's like, what if we have a French judge or a judge from France or something, and he's trying to judge? How are we gonna find the clear unbiases in this?
I think they're gonna probably find some real OGs in that category. Like if you in the dunk contest, they're not gonna have Ray Allen judging the dunk contest.
They've been on bullshit the last couple of years.
I mean,
I agree. I agree. When we was watching, I agree. They used to have the dunkers, it would be Dominique, Vince. Yeah, it would be Julius Erving. Now, yeah.
See, I ain't watched dunk contest in a while, but like I said, I'm sure it's gonna be probably OGs and a B-boy.
Man, they better be from New York, Queens, or Bronx or something.
Yeah,
what are we doing?
I ain't gonna lie, them Asians overseas be going crazy though.
I want to know how that because I had something too. I have to.
Yeah, I think the qualifiers are going on right now.
Yeah.
They have some in Budapest and some in Shanghai. There's this some American cats named B-Boy Gravity and B-Boy Jeffro.
Where are they from? Does it say?
B-Boy Gravity from Brooklyn.
Okay.
It's like you
Okay.
said.
Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere.
But
Yeah,
this is just qualifiers.
that's definitely some New York stuff.
Okay.
Class cousins stuff.
So the qualifier is probably going on as we speak, but that's one dude and another dude from Houston.
How many
B-Boy Jeffro.
So it's only two. So the USA only gets two qualifiers.
I heard there's going to be 16 or something like that in the Olympics, between
gonna be
men and women.
Men and women. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be interesting because now we're gonna have to start picking who we think gonna win. And
they got solo and teams.
I think they got different ones. And I was looking at one thing. I remember when we was supposed to talk about it a while ago. It judges it off of it's three different categories. I think one's creativity, one is performance,
Technique.
and one is technique or some shit like that. So that's why I'm that's gonna be interesting how we do it. You know what I'm saying?
Look here. Shouts out to Underdog. I'm about to go look on the line. I got an Asian team winning.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
The sleepers, bro. I'm telling you, they're the sleepers
they
right
in
now.
Are they? Are they in it?
But an Asian team, you know what I'm saying, is going to go crazy.
I ain't
Mark
gonna
my
lie.
words right now.
I was
But what
scared.
if they are an Asian team from USA?
Then ooh.
Plot twist.
Ooh.
San Francisco go crazy.
Going crazy.
That's crazy.
That's different right there. You got a point.
I ain't
I
gonna
might
lie.
have to tune into this.
We might have to watch this.
I'm gonna
I ain't gonna lie. We might have to live stream it for an episode. Try to get some new views on. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, damn, somebody's watching us.
Put it on his head.
I'm about to watch them Indians.
Ah, man, because like you said, I think I mentioned that to you. I kind of said similar to what you said. I'm like, it's gonna be one of the Jabberwockies. It will have to be because the stuff you seen them do, I've never seen nobody else do but them.
Yeah.
It's like they I don't know, super singers or some shit. But anyway, man,
No, that was dope.
I can't wait to see it.
Y'all, all right, so this is that season. NBA over. Celtics won. NBA over. No football. We got baseball. If you're a baseball head, then you're a baseball head.
We'll get somebody to talk about baseball when the
Yeah.
channel grows.
Yes.
We will not be talking about baseball, unfortunately.
I mean, no.
But shout out to the Twins.
Yes, Twins
They
doing
doing
all
their
right.
thing.
Shout out to
They
them.
doing
They
their
doing
thing,
their
for sure.
thing,
But point being, we got get any sport we can get. You know, boxing is one of those things that you can get year round.
He can start with the boxing too.
You know what I'm saying? So, what y'all think about the last big fight we had?
Was it Frank Martin? Tank
Frank
versus
and Tank.
Yeah, Frank versus Tank. My bad, I got mixed up because we want to talk about Ryan as well.
Yeah.
But first, let's talk about Frank and Tank. Tank won. Everybody probably expected that, but what y'all think about that? Did y'all watch it?
Yeah,
I watched
I
it.
mean, like I told people, I feel Frank came out confident. You can kind of see a lot of people when they come out, how they start. You know, you see if they nervous, they got the jitters, whatever the case is. I think Frank came out ready, prepared, but I mean, it didn't end that way, obviously. But I think too, I think fatigue really got to him. I ain't gonna lie, if it went the whole 12. Like I say, I think it would probably been up. I don't
like you
think
said,
Frank was sweet.
He started sharp.
Yeah, he started real sharp. But fatigue, that's the thing about baseball. I mean, not baseball, boxing. I'm sorry. That's the thing about boxing. It's more mental than it is skill. Tire that man out. Walk him down. And they told him to stay off the ropes like 3-4 times. They told him to stay off the ropes.
Tired. He was tired. Like, yeah, you right.
They told him to stay off the ropes. So, you know, like I said, when you tired, fatigue play a big role. And you can tell when he on them ropes, he tired. It's an indicator.
Yeah.
You see blood and shark attack.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. Tank he's a genius. He's making people. He's talking people to play his game. It's almost like y'all seen Space Jam, the first Space Jam. Of
course.
It's almost would be like, remember when one dude was like, he had Michael Jordan on Moron Mountain and he was tied to the joint. You'll lose forever. It's like he's making people fight him on Moron Mountain. Like, these is my rules, and that's what we doing. That contract, the rehydration contract shit is the craziest shit I've heard.
But why?
I think because he's small.
Hold on. What's the
Basically,
for the
bro.
people?
Basically, and correct me if I'm wrong, but he makes basically you have to go down a certain weight to fight him, and most of the dudes ain't his size already, so that makes them to have to like rehydrate less to prepare for the fight to make
So they
weight.
become weaker in a sense.
So they're weaker in their body, so they can make weight to fight him, and that's like in his claw that he allows. And I think they said, "Oh, because he's small." I'm like, bro, have you seen how he punches them? I don't think that don't work. But I think personally, Frank Martin, he gave the blueprint on how to beat him. I ain't never seen nobody actually tap. He actually was like, he was like kind of getting him
connecting,
a little bit. He was connecting him. He was a little slow around the eyes, but that's the thing when you fighting them red-nosed pit bulls, and then eventually they get loose and they just bite you, and that's what happened. That's just what happened, bro. Like, Tank is a red-nosed pit bull, and Frank Martin just happened to be the bystander that day. So in reality, that's what I saw happen. I think that rule, I feel like I don't like that rule. I want him to, you're not fighting people at the best, bro. And I know boxing experts might tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. That's fly. I probably don't. I just don't like it.
You know what you're talking about.
just
That
don't like
hydration clause, he got to stop doing that. If you want to talk about he's the best and the greatest of all time, stop putting clauses on people.
Yeah, I ain't never heard Floyd do
Stop
that
putting
like
them
that.
clauses on people.
He can't even read. That's why I was like,
Aw, you dirty.
That is like the craziest thing to me. Like, I'm just saying, how do you feel
Diabolical activity.
How you feel about the Tank and Martin?
I just felt like Frank it was too soon. You know, I knew that was gonna happen to him. You know, Tank, I believe is a good fighter. I ain't gonna take that from him. I do believe he's a good fighter. He's skilled. I give him a lot more credit now than I was giving him back in the day. But I do still feel like he ain't really fighting nobody though. You know, the Ryan Garcia fight was a good fight.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't that good because Ryan went down and just gave up. So I just feel like his next fight needs to be like a Teofimo Lopez or Shakur Stevenson. Like,
Even run that cruise back. I'll take the cruise.
I'll take a cruise back, but he running from pit bull, so
Yeah, I'll take the rematch for sure. I like
that's a pit bull running from a pit bull. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
So he need to do that's then the next fight. That's why I didn't really even watch the Frank fight because I knew what was gonna happen. I knew Frank was a little bit too inexperienced. So I just seen the highlight, waited for him to be knocked out. To be honest,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I really knew he was gonna lose when he flinched at him and he started laughing. I'm like, this
I knew
dude
that
is
for sure.
childish, bro. And I laughed I watched that like 30 times. Like, he's childish.
he flinched that hard.
Like, people talking about it was him getting ready. I'm like, he's a boxer.
He
You
was
should
not
always
ready.
Be ready. I thought boxers supposed to have chins. You're supposed to be able to take a punch. You know what I'm saying? But Speaking of Ryan Haney,
yeah.
Speaking of Ryan Haney, you said that you brought him up.
Yeah,
Ryan Haney just got banned. He's got banned.
Ryan Garcia.
I said Ryan Haney. Yeah, Ryan Haney fight.
we both.
That's all good. That's all. I'm gonna edit that part. We're gonna edit those out. The internet like to be funny, but yeah. Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fight happened a couple weeks ago. We all saw that. Ryan Garcia beat the
PDE.
Yeah, he beat the PDE out of him. Yeah. So long story short, came to find out that it was a lot of allegations of Ryan cheating, testing dirty. He already came into the fight overweight.
30.
Yeah, he came into the fight overweight. That's another topic to talk about. But it comes out now that he got suspended for a year from the boxing. He can't box for a whole year due to him not presenting the right substance pills he was using. I guess.
Yeah.
He was using some pills to train with. And I guess they wanted to know what they was because he said, I'll just use these. And they're like, well, let me see these. And he like, I don't know where they is. So he got suspended for a year. Devin Haney was talking about suing him, taking him to court. He said we're working out of court. He said he wants his money back. He said he wants a meal from Ryan.
Of course.
For all that.
Just throw a mill in there.
Yeah, he want $1 million too. So,
A Miller.
I don't know. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all think Ryan Garcia's career as a boxer is over?
Man, I'm a Ryan fan. Shout out Ryan, man. Shout out my amigo, man.
That nigga's funny.
Man,
that dude is funny. That dude is funny.
Shout out my amigo, man. Hey, like I said, it's crazy because he got tested before, he got tested after, and then what? 2 months later, 3 months later, this is all happening.
This just happened. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But then, like I said, at the end of the day, it was 1/100th of a billion of a gram. 1 billionth of a gram. 1 billionth of a gram.
Damn.
That's not even that's smaller than a grain of salt.
That shit don't exist.
Smaller of a grain of salt.
Is that really what it was?
It's smaller of a grain of salt. And y'all telling me this affected him from getting knocked out and beat up?
Yeah, that wasn't
Entertaining people.
And that's so crazy. It wasn't even like he knocked him out. Like that was like the Terrence Bud, like when he handed
just handed it to him the whole time.
He just beat him up. Like you just got beat up in front of all of us. Like we not trying to. You didn't get knocked out.
I don't even know if y'all seen it.
It's almost worse getting beat up than knocked out to me. Because y'all both can have hands,
pummeled.
and then y'all can just catch each other. But if you just get beat up, I gotta imagine there's some taunting in there. Yeah, what you gonna do? Yeah, sucker.
He was in there.
That's crazy.
Brutalizing that man.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all watched in the first round. Soon as the bell rang, within 30 seconds. He dropped him punched him with the left stumble. I already knew. And it had Ryan the underdog. Which is blind blowing to me because I feel like Ryan should have been a favorite, but whoever betted on Ryan, shout out to you.
The only reason he was not a favorite is because he played crazy.
Yeah.
He played crazy the whole leading up to the fight because I was like, something's wrong with this dude.
No, they should have tested him for cocaine because that's what I think he do.
Honestly,
how he been acting? He had a celebrity poker table. Jimmy Butler, like, man, I want to knock him out, but he do got hands. I like Buddy's over there talking crazy. Like, I hate when weird people got hands because like you can't really talk crazy.
That's wild. Yeah.
He gonna beat a regular nigga ass, bro. But like, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you doing? Like,
that's like that small dude at the gym who you just annoy. Like, man, you just see me using this bench press, but it's like,
but you got it though,
man, bro. I seen the way he was.
You got it.
I'm gonna try my luck one of these days. take some pre-team before. Hey, man, what?
That's what he tested positive for, cocaine. That's how
he might have been.
Nah, I believe when he get out the ring, he's gonna go grab a brew and
but I'll be honest though. I just don't personally think that. Like y'all said, I don't think the drugs or whatever had anything to do with him beating. Did you see how he beat him?
He
was on coke, and cocaine can definitely make you more. I think he was doing something before. I wouldn't be surprised with the way he acts. You see him on stage with YG?
Man, just doing too much.
Bro, it was like he was dead to then started like shadow boxing.
I didn't even know he was on the stage.
Of course.
Bro was on the stage.
He started tweaking.
He started shadow boxing out of nowhere. I'm like, what is this
free
dude?
spirit, man. He's a free spirit guy, man.
Well, you can whoop a lot of people's ass. You can do what you want to do.
Do what you want to do.
Do what you want to do.
People always gonna give you the benefit of the doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go ahead, man. That's Ryan, man.
Somebody sent me a video today, and like this your man's, he was punching the little bag thing, and then after like 30 seconds of the video, and then like the last 5 seconds after he stops, he looked at the camera and did this, and then jumped. Hey, you gotta in there. Hey, hold on. He stuck his tongue out and then jumped on the set.
He did like the little like in a little candle.
Hey, just put that video up like 2 days ago. He sent it to me yesterday. I couldn't do nothing but cry. No response, no defense in that, bro. He stuck his tongue out.
Oh, man.
And then grabbed his hands and did a yeet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeet.
He did one of those, the little heel taps. Heel taps.
Frontwards,
That's
though.
crazy.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't do nothing but cry.
I'm gonna say one more thing before we close this thing on boxing. We got to talk about this. I think it was his last fight too. I want to hear your comments on this too. Adrian Broner, man.
Ooh.
I want to hear your comments on this first. Adrian Broner
What could have been?
What could have been? He just had his last fight, and that was just embarrassing. He got knocked out. Before the fight, the press conference, he was acting a fool. He was acting way crazier than Ryan Garcia. He said he got bodies. He said, "You know I got bodies. My man's right there was with me when I got here." Like he was saying, was he not? He was saying
My man's right there.
My man's right there.
That's when I knew he was gonna lose.
So yeah, how y'all feel about the AB is like, what's the dude name from Philly? I used to be with Cassidy. Like the AR. Yeah. He's like, they like the same. That's crazy.
They're not the same.
I'm talking about like stupid, like just saying shit like that. I don't think he like the ARFs. No, he got more time than Big Meech. He's never come home. That's off subject though, but yeah.
Man, it was really sad to be honest, but he ain't had no business being out there. Just like what you said with the press conference and all that. As soon as he came in there talking about some just over tough, like, yeah, don't be trying to do too much, sell the fight, but you know what I'm saying, I got my niggas with me. They got guns. I'm like,
What are we doing?
yeah, like what's going on here? You here to fight or you here to like what's going on here? So as soon as he said that, I said, yeah, AB finna lose. It's over. Yeah, he's not here to fight. Then he just was getting. He won't throw his hands, man. If you ain't gonna throw your hands, stay out the ring, man.
All right.
It's that simple. Because you just in there to get punched if you ain't throwing hands. So
Moving punching bag.
yeah, you just a moving punching bag, and he gonna move with you and punch you. So just get out of there. The dude he lost to though ain't too bad though. I ain't gonna act like he just lost to a straight scrub, but they both have been off for a while.
Look at this. I put it on straight for them. It was the second round.
Yeah, that was ugly.
Second round, he lost?
He got
He
knocked
got
out.
dropped.
He got dropped by Sean Paul.
Look how he got dropped.
Sean Paul.
Sean Paul really just dropped
He
him.
got dropped like he got a.
He needed the check.
Look
He needed the check. Let's keep it real.
And I agree.
Oh, we know
I
that.
agree.
We
He needed
know
the
that.
check.
We know
He
that.
tried to get
Just
that
give me
pay-per-view
the
dollar.
But he tried to get a free win.
No,
on
you're not
somebody.
lying. That was like a seizure. The way his
That
the
man
way he
had a-
stiffed up.
Oh.
Look how out of shape he looked.
Oh, and that was him getting in shape.
Just
So
give me the light.
That's not good.
yeah, I knew that was gonna happen to AB, man.
yeah,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
man. The funniest thing about it though, if y'all watched that, did y'all watch that fight?
No.
If
I
y'all would have
watched
watched
the
that,
fight.
I watched it. I watched that. That was the funniest thing. You hear his homeboys in the crowd, like, and the crowd like, throw your hands, nigga. What you doing? Why you not throwing your hands? Hey, AB, man, what you doing, man? Hey, throw your hands up. Like while the commentator just saying that, like, yeah.
You need to show me that because I'm putting that on the clip.
Bro,
That's facts.
you don't hear it, bro. The Don King promotions was janky. That was some like
Don
2B
King.
2B promotions. I ain't gonna lie to
Niggas
you.
a fed.
But that was funny. I mean, it's Don
is.
King though.
Don King and Jesse.
It's Don King though. But the funniest thing about that though is the trainers, his friends, everybody in the background. And Calvin tried to do as much as he could to like get him to win. He was getting the crowd on his side and everything, and it just was over. They was in the background sick, like this man. What you gotta throw your hands to win? Like you hear the squeak all in their voice, like how sick they really was. Like, come on, man, why you ain't throwing your hands?
How you feel about that, D?
Man, he should have just retired, man. It's kind of like the Roy Jones Jr. situation. You ain't got no reason to come back.
None.
You ain't got no reason to come
Talking
back, man.
about.
You embarrass yourself, especially the fight before that when you say, I'm going to whoop him. I'm going to whoop him. And then 10 minutes later, 2 minutes later, you get knocked out. Like, come on, bro. Like, you got to, like I said, but I think it's more of a promotion thing where he's trying to get that money because I don't know if he broke or not, but you feel me? Like, he talking the big game, so the more he talk, the more people want to see.
Right.
But if he win or lose,
Right.
Yeah.
he probably, to be honest, he probably didn't even think he's gonna win.
Just talking that shit, yo.
You know, he's just talking that money up. So you feel me? Like at the end of the day, I think it was more of a benefit for him to win or lose than anything. Because like I said, I don't know his lifestyle, but
Right.
you should be done.
He should be done.
You should be done,
It's time
man.
game. You had something, didn't you?
Yeah, my stuff.
Yeah.
So,
You had something. Yeah, I was gonna say we're done with that one. So you had something like yeah.
So right here, I want to just shout out to all the youngins, you know what I'm saying, that's watching this. that if you grind hard and you work hard, you can achieve your goals. And you can sit next to your homie 15 to 16 years later with a championship ring, a shirt on your chest, and make him sit in front of your mural and say, we got one up on you. You know, I'm gonna talk a lot of stuff in the next 10 minutes, but I am also gonna give flowers. So before I talk some stuff, I do want to say that this hurts me to say, but this is us at Twin City Sports. We believe in the stats. I got my stats right here, and we are gonna give flowers today before we talk some stuff. You know, I watched the Tom Brady roast. A lot of people talk crazy, but they gave that man his flowers right after. So we're gonna do it first, okay? So I just want to say that you know, me and LD, and you know, LD's over here. We can get a shot of him real quick because you know I started at Central. I started at Central, and then I came back over to Washburn. And when I came back over to Washburn, no matter where I went, I came over to Washburn, and no matter where I went, Johnson always was a foe. And I want to shout out Johnson. You know, I have a lifelong beef with Johnson, but we are not gonna hate on this show. We are gonna show love. So I want to just show love to Johnson. You know, I'm Central first too, so this really hurts. But 20-year anniversary since 04, right? Damn, this hurts to say. In the last 20 years, Johnson High School has won 17 city titles. Now that either is by themselves or they took a share. You know, they took some shares with Central. Shouts out to LD. He was a demon at Central. They have 5 shared titles in them 20 years. 17 city titles in 20 years, fellas. Since they won their first one in 2004. 17. 13 straight from 04 to 2018. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give him a round of applause for that. That's tough. You know, I hate Johnson, but that's tough. But I just want to shine some light on my man, Didi, man. You know, we call him a lot of things, but what you do gotta call him as a champion. You know, 32-0 in 2010. Big shouts out to them.
Y'all didn't lose that year?
Not a single game. Not a single game. And before, you know, we're going to run some highlights because, you know, we whooped their ass in 09. I gave them the fuel. We showed them what I was doing. All they big homies was crying, snotty nose. They didn't want to be like that the next year. So shouts out to them. You know, we both got a ring. I wish he would have wore his. Mine was just on him. So that's mine is a little bit more. But we're going to go right back to the love. 12-0 in the conference, right? They beat Hopkins. Hopkins is a tough team. I'd say might be the best program in Minnesota history, but that's debatable. They beat Milwaukee. Vincent had a couple of NBA players. The biggest name is Vanderblue on there. Didi started on that team. He was a dog. He ended up going to college. I'm going to let him talk a little more about it, but just want to give Johnson a flowers. But I wanted to ask you, in that 09 state game, how much fuel did you did that loss in 09 give y'all to go on that 10, and just talk about that 10 run, because that was, you guys are, I'd say the best, might be the best city team in St. Paul ever, but had a hell of a season. So just talk about that.
And that run didn't have nothing to do with y'all. Let's just make that clear.
No, for sure. I mean, first of all, you gotta shout out to Vern, man. Vern and Colin, man, they set the tone when it comes to Johnson. And, you know, Vern retired back in, I want to say, 17, 18 with coaching, and handed it over to Colin Moore, which is currently head coach now, which was the assistant coach to Vern back when Vern started. So, yeah, like I said, I want to kind of just shout out them too. Like I said, they made this foundation. As far as the 32-0 team, man, and you say in the city, to me, I would, and I know LD cousin. No. I say in the state.
No, 100%.
But, you know, as far as, you know, LD got a cousin, Jalen Suggs. A lot of y'all know from Minnesota, and a lot of people will argue that Minnehaha team is probably the greatest high school team,
right?
You know, ever in Minnesota. But you know, like I tell people, you know, we come from different cloths, and not saying that whole team compared to our team. You know, I feel like we would have gave it to them with no problem, easy. You know
what was different from y'all team, and let me know because you was there. I ain't see every game. I just know when y'all played us, even afterwards, like the system. How many players did he play? Did he play like 9, 10 dudes? Did he go that deep?
So I got to Johnson my sophomore year. I won that Johnson all 4 years. I got there my sophomore year, and I went to varsity right away. Okay. And from there, we went as deep as 9, 10. And then by my senior year, we went about the whole the whole team, which was like 13, 14. So
That's like real quick, like that's crazy. In high school,
That's crazy.
on the championship team, everybody plays. Yeah. That's crazy. That's one thing I always like. That to me, that's why I always gave Vern like mad credit, because I'm like, how are you able to do that? You trust all these dudes to the fact just like that means he know what he doing.
It's a culture.
Yeah, it's a culture over there. Everybody know they got a job to do. Everybody do it. So that's why I was like, man, but that's crazy.
Sure.
I always wanted to know that because I'm like, whenever we played, I'm like, they play. Everybody damn near played besides, but y'all played everybody. That's why I'm like, I just wanted to ask you that.
Yeah, when we went deep, it was like we even in practice, we were no such thing as out of bounds. So when that ball go out, you better go get that ball. So that let them know, like, okay, this person wants your spot more than the next person. So if you start, it been games where starters didn't start because they didn't have a good practice.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
So it was dog eat dog.
No, that's fair, though. That's how it should be.
Created a crazy culture.
Yeah. So like people will tell you I'm a hack, but I got that mindset.
No, Didi.
I got to.
Roll tape.
Man, we've been hacking since back in the day.
Yeah, it's like, and then our bench was just as good as our starters. Like the people that was off the bench could have started on our team, and we could have came off the bench. Okay. Rowe came off the bench. A lot of people think that Rowe started. Rowe did not start one time that whole year.
I knew that.
Oh, damn.
But a lot of people like, what? Rowe didn't start? Why he didn't start?
Y'all had a squad. He didn't. Hey, what you just said, he didn't need to. Yeah, y'all had a squad. Plus, y'all squad. It was like the perfect that year's team. It was the perfect players to trap. You had Eston and Dante. Bro, that had to be annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like you get trapped by them, like back to back and shit. Then you got Maxie. Then you got you. Then you got who was y'all?
It was Pluff. No,
Jordan
came
Pluff.
off. No, he came off the bench.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was somebody else.
Yeah, Chris.
Yep, Big Chris.
Chris Bob?
Yeah, he started, and then by section, Zay started.
Then Xavier starting. By the
Yup,
second time we
Sessions.
played them, Xavier was starting.
They had Ant Lee too, right?
Ant Lee. I forgot about Ant Lee.
He
So,
played
you know-
a lot in 09.
Yeah, so Ant Lee with the off the bench, then
was our
Marshall,
sophomore
Tro.
He was a
forget
freshman.
about
So hold on. Crazy story about Tro. Tro was at Washburn my senior year. He was at Johnson, and he was at Hopkins, I believe.
And he left Hopkins.
He left Hopkins.
He left Hopkins because he didn't want to play behind Siani.
Oh,
So that's
off the Tro. Real
Siani, Harvard
We
alum.
got like 8 minutes, y'all.
All right.
So Will and which is his dad, end up living on the east side, and he like, all right, well, he like Johnson. Will was already in connect with us even before he got to Johnson. So Will like, oh, I'm gonna bring Tro over, and that's kind of how the Tro thing. But funny story, when we played Hopkins, they was wolfing the Tro.
Oh, were
They
they?
was wolfing the Tro. Like, yeah, we about to get down on y'all tomorrow, because they had just beat Andrew Wiggins' team.
Right.
Andrew Wiggins was here as an eighth grader. And played that Hopkins team to play us in the championship, but they lost. Hopkins ended up winning. We ended up playing Hopkins for the championship. But before then, after they lost, we walking out the gym. They wolfing the Tro. Yeah, we about to get on that with you. We about to get on that. I told Tro, don't worry about it. We got you.
What was that game at?
Osborne. It's the Osborne Holiday Tournament.
Yeah, that was probably.
That whole tournament was busting.
What was the craziest game from that year to y'all? Or like the game where you thought y'all almost lost?
Grand Rapids.
Ooh.
That was a championship game.
Hey, when y'all get time, there's highlights on YouTube with this specific moment.
Point guard?
Eston is the reason we won. And ask anybody from Johnson, from the coach to anybody.
Shout out to Eston, man.
Eston was the reason we won. We on they on like a 6-0 run. When I say these Jordan, they point guard number 3.
Man.
Dog.
So we played them in the first round of the state in 09, and we beat them. They had a point guard that was 5'9" that could win in the ball. Ooh. They had a wing that could shoot and go to the basket, and they had a big that posted up that were all juniors. And so when they played them the next year, I said, damn, that's going to be a good game.
We only beat them by 5, but back to the story with Eston, they on like a 6, maybe 7-0 run. We up like 8-9, so they cut it down to like 2 points. I don't know if Eston went Super Saiyan or just fear the guy. I don't know. He come down. Eston going God mode. He come down. Maxie set him a pick. He come off the pick. NBA 3. Hit the 3. They come down. Miss it. This is like maybe a minute 30 left. We're only up 2.
Right.
He come down. They miss it. Fast break. Everybody out the way. He pull up. Fast break again. Hit the 3. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Crazy.
When I say Eston saved our whatever you want to call it, legacy, championship, whatever. Eston was the reason we won that championship game. If Eston don't hit them 2 threes, we probably gonna lose.
Man, big shouts out to Eston Tyler. D1 going crazy. That's my boy.
He's a dog.
Definitely. But that year was very crazy. And, shouts out to Vern. Vern did me dirty. He kicked me out of night moves one night. After
Night moves.
So I got to vendetta against Vern.
It all makes sense.
Vern, you knew what you did, but you definitely created some culture. Because 04, I remember you had your son and you had Jeff Clark Neal, and it came to fruition with them. And I want to give y'all flowers.
Big Walt.
And you did your thing with a whole bunch of. I know a lot of people call the east side of rough town. A lot of kids that maybe be uncoachable, but he came and made a community. So shouts out to Vern. And I did want to parlay into that. This man gives back, and I know he probably learned that from Vern, some other people, but he gives back. He's a great father. We both have 7-year-olds. He's a coach just like me. He works in schools. So not only did he win and go out and do his thing in college, but he came back to the community, and this is what we do at Twin City Sports. We really here for y'all kids. So this is why a big reason why he's on here. He's coaching, he's giving back to the youth, and he could do a lot of things. He got a lot of ventures. He's a businessman, but he still finds a way to give back to youth. I just want you to talk about where you learned that from, because not a lot of people that are dads like you. Shouts out to Dad's Club. He made it cool to be a dad. Made you want to be a dad. When a lot of us, I didn't have a dad. A lot of us didn't have a dad. So just talk about how you got to a point where you wanted to give back to the community, because a lot of people don't come back to give to the community.
I think it stems from me having my son. Like I said, I didn't have a dad either. I don't know who that man is from Can of Paint. When I had my son, I just told myself, I need something different. And the reason I made that is because I was like, it's a stigma saying that black fathers not in their kids' life. And I don't like that. Yeah, so like I tell people, when y'all wear breast cancer shirts, y'all not wearing it because y'all got breast cancer. Y'all wearing it to show support of somebody that got breast cancer. Mm-hmm. So when you got Dad's Club on, it don't represent me. It represents yourself or somebody y'all know. Mm-hmm. So it's bigger than, it's not, like I said, Dad's Club, I created it, but this is for us. This is us. Kids is first for me, because like I said, when you think about the generations coming up, we all know these kids is wild out here now. Oh. I don't want my son to be like that. I want to guide him in the right way and show him something different. Like, it's cool to be not gangster. That's the best way not to be. Being a punk is different. Yeah. It's not, you don't have to be a punk, but to do the wrong things and commit crimes and all that, like, you ain't got to do all that to be cool, man. So at the end of the day, when I created Dad's Club, man, it's a thing for us. It wasn't for me, because like I said, I knew dads that was already had kids prior to even me. Right. And then, I try to give out, like I said, even my boys that got kids, I try to give out as much free stuff as I can. I don't care about that. It's getting awareness out. Right. Yeah. It's kind of like I said, breast cancer. People got breast cancer shoes. People got breast cancer hats, all that. They ain't got breast cancer. They doing it because they know somebody that got it. So it's like I said, it's bigger than just me. And like I said, when I give back to the community, it's more. When I give back to the community, it's more because I feel like nobody does that anymore, especially young. And I started young when I did. I was 22 when I did my first event. It was a Stop the Violence event at Johnson / alumni game / a free clinic for kids in the community. So I was 22 when I first did my first event. So. Like I said, it's more of things I wish I had growing up, So it's bigger than what it looks like to me. I don't do this for life. Everything come out of pocket. Nobody sponsor me. Nobody give me no money. Everything comes straight out of pocket. So.
We all see it, man, for sure, man. The impact definitely is doing its part, spreading awareness, because we see it, man.
I appreciate it, man.
For real. That's why, we all wanted to get everybody assembled, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is, typically this is gonna be how it's gonna be. I know EC, and then another guy, EB, he not here right now, but typically y'all gonna see
rotation gonna be nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be us. Might rotate 2 people out, 2 people in, how it goes, people's schedules. But I just wanted you to come here, give a little perspective of you, so now people know this is your first episode. You're gonna be on here more than often.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you having me, man. Appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for coming, y'all. Like TCS episode 6.
Go
TCS
Millers.
Radar. I'm gonna get that right and smooth the first time. Next time. TCS Radar episode 6. See y'all next time.